I'm April McMurtry, and today I'm going to teach you how questions can answer questions better than answers can answer questions. It's helpful to remember that questioning the child can help to answer their questions more than telling them the answer. And questions can really help a lot of deep learning. For instance, if your child says to you something like, "I don't feel like working today," then instead of approaching that comment with a statement, you can approach it with a question. You can say something like, "Can you tell me what would help you to feel like learning today?" Or, "Why don't you feel like learning today?" Maybe they will come up with an honest reason why they are feeling tired or discouraged, or maybe they're just bored or think it's uninterested. And then you can approach it with more questions like, well, what would help? What would make it seem more interesting or less intimidating? Whatever they respond with, I would invite you to ask more questions so that it can set that child up for success in that session with ownership of the solution. Or if they say something like, "I just don't understand this," or "I don't get it," then a question you could ask back would be, "Tell me what part of this you do understand." Even if it goes back to the very, very, very foundation or basic principle that you were working on. Or maybe they just have to take a step back. If it's math or reading or history or whatever you're working on, if you can say, well, let's step back a bit. What part do you understand? Where was it that we left off when you began to not understand what was happening or how to do it? So ask, if they say, "I can't do this," say, "Well, what can you do?" "I don't get this." "Well, what do you get?" And then you can start from there, and you'll see, and then that will set them up for success because they will be starting in a place that they are comfortable with. And then you can just take little baby steps, gradual progression, and then having them recognize afterwards what they have accomplished. This is what you now know that you didn't know a few minutes ago. If they say something like, "I just can't do this," if they're coming to you in a place of frustration, then you can say, instead of saying something with a period at the end, you can say something with a question mark at the end. Maybe something like, "What would help you to not feel frustrated?" Or, "What do you think would help you to be able to learn this information?" Now they might just say, "I don't know," and then it would be nice to offer some suggestions for them, but maybe they would surprise you. Maybe they will say something like, "We're just going too fast," or I think it would help if I was able to, just fidget with something," or "I think it would help if I was able to eat," or whatever they come up with. Maybe they would say it just isn't sinking in or isn't making sense. Then maybe you could say, "Would making it into a song or a chant help?" If you have these honest discussions that are going in both directions, give and take. If you are able to take as much information that they give to you, then that will help both of you come up with a solution that is more child-driven than teacher. That has worked for me. I think it will work for you too. I invite you to try it. If you felt that this video had value, I would invite you to like and subscribe. That way YouTube knows that it is of worth and will show it to other people who are searching for the same things as you. Thank you.